Well, hello, and thanks for watching another episode of ARFCOM News, your twice-weekly dose of the finest 2A propaganda. Did you wake up today hoping to find something to make you angry, but life has just been far too pleasing so far today? Well, partner, have I got news for you. Colorado Rep. Chad, he's not a Chad, Clifford was caught on video making excuses for his staff member, Napoleon Dynamite, who threw away thousands of signed petitions in opposition to Colorado's unconstitutional assault weapon ban that the Rocky Mountain gun owners delivered to his office.
Gosh!
To be clear, it's not the fact that the petitions were discarded. They're just copies. It's not like there's some sacred founding documents that Nick Cage is out there searching for. It's the total contempt displayed by the staff and the representative.
Somebody gave us really nice of them.
Really? Those are the ones you guys were throwing away?
I witnessed it, actually. Yeah, you were. I mean, what do you expect people to do? Keep this on their desk all day?
Not throw them away.
Pay attention to things that
We
people
didn't
give a shit about, probably?
Not disrespect our constituents.
So it's good to know that Representative Clifford thinks that you guys should just throw messages from
No,
his
you never gave
constituents
me.
a day.
You never gave me permission to do that. He didn't do any of that.
Well,
was
you
me.
work for him, so. All right. Well, you have a good rest of your day.
From my constituents?
Yes, sir, they are. And,
I'd like to see them.
well, your aide here threw a bunch of them away.
Can you open that and see if any of those are from my constituents?
Here. Kept one of them.
That's Littleton. That's not my constituent.
Those are the ones you gave?
We have a bunch of them from Centennial, Greenwood Village, all across House District 37.
If you've got stuff from my constituents, we'll take it.
Absolutely. Well, apparently your aide threw them away already. We had people that stopped by there earlier. They said they saw him tearing them up and throwing them in the trash can, which he admitted to doing.
What are you gonna do today, Napoleon?
Whatever I feel like I want to do. Gosh!
It's one thing to respectfully disagree on policy. It's another entirely to ridicule the right of the people to redress of government for grievances. If you would like to call Representative Clifford and tell him what an absolute dirtbag he and Napoleon are and what an insult to democracy they are, you can call him at 720-949-4593. Remind him his career will be comically short if he insists on self-destructing in this manner.
Oh, bad dog. Bad dog.
But hey, it would be impossible to produce quality 2A propaganda without sponsors. So let's pay some bills. Today's video is sponsored by Franklin Armory, those facilitators of freedom who have now made it easier to go binary for fewer Benjamins. Y'all see what I did there? Because Franklin, Benjamins. Of course, YouTube will not let us tell you how many Mr. Franklins you can save, so you'll have to find out for yourself. But the discounts are deep for Franklin's end-of-the-year clearance on legacy binaries. And by Vortex, their new Defender line of red dots features a constant on emitter with no flicker and shake awake, so it is always ready. The Defender CCW is impressively compact for daily carry, the ST is a bit larger, and the XL is an absolute beast with one of the largest windows available on a micro red dot. And by TNVC. In case you haven't noticed, it's dark half the time on this planet, so unless you got shiny eyes like Riddick, you're gonna need TNVC so you can keep tabs on Man Bear Pig while he's out there shooting dice with Wendigos and Skinwalkers in your front yard. As the saying goes, even a stopped clock is right twice a day. Could it be that the lame duck Biden regime may have actually gotten something right for a change? Or at least not terribly bad anyway?
That's a record low for you, isn't it?
Current rules prohibit FFL dealers from using the NICS system to do a background check for any reason other than an actual firearm transfer. The Justice Department just proposed a rule change to allow dealers to use NICS to do a voluntary background check for employees. Now you guys go ahead and start typing your comments about me being a bootlicker, but you type them slowly so I can finish.
Don't stop, Millhouse. You're so close.
All gun laws are infringements. It is unconstitutional to require a license to sell arms or a background check to buy them. So say we all?
So say we all! So say we all!
That said, this system does exist. FFL dealers exist. It seems reasonable to let them do a pre-employment background check. Okay, now you can tell me why you think I'm a bootlicker. I get it. Legitimizing the system and all that. Fair. Next up, let's take a look at another example of legacy media manipulation. As you might imagine, I routinely Google for gun-related news articles, and I came across this. 4 articles in 4 ostensibly different publications, all posted at the exact same moment.
As if millions of voices suddenly cried out in terror.
Now, if you search the interwebs for the terms in this headline, this exact same article appears dozens of times over the course of a few days. Kind of reminds me of that time all those Gannett reporters got together to say the exact same thing on TV.
Sharing of biased and
false news has become all too common on social media.
More alarming, some media outlets
Although it is clearly an editorial, it is rarely presented as an opinion piece. Why does this matter? Look, I'm heavily biased, but I tell you right up front, I make propaganda. These guys masquerade as objective and unbiased, and they are very clearly and intentionally manipulating public opinion. And they're doing it right in front of us. You might argue that any remotely critical reader can still tell it is an opinion piece, and that's somewhat true. But you also have to remember a lot of information these days is consumed casually and subconsciously, and not at all critically. Moreover, even if this is taken as an opinion piece, its reach is magnified way beyond anything remotely organic, simply to manipulate the public. But they can pass all the bills they want to try to stop people from squirting at home. They are powerless to stop us. And I don't just mean that no law can stop people from squirting at home. I mean that even if they do ban it, they'll still lose in court. Hard, like a lot. Finally, I have one more entry in the professional enough files for you. Remember, cops and soldiers are the only ones who are professional enough to be allowed to have guns. Leave it to Florida man to become a Florida cop and accidentally shoot a man with his own gun. A Jacksonville cop pulled a man over for running a red light, and when the nice police officer asked the driver if he was armed, the driver informed him that he was indeed armed. The officer asked the man to exit the vehicle, as is their custom, and then promptly shot the man in the leg with his own pistol as he attempted to remove it from the holster. Fortunately, the driver is expected to be okay, but the sheriff's office, get this, is not considering it to be an officer-involved shooting. No, for real. A spokesman said, it's not considered a police shooting or an officer-involved shooting. It's just an incident where an individual was injured while in custody of the sheriff's office. And now, for your moment of zen. Hey friend, do you like pews and pew-related things? Would you like to help us keep delivering you We literally couldn't pay the bills without our sponsors, so do us a solid and get yourself something nice from them. You deserve it. I love you.